This video is going to act as a quick disclaimer before you purchase, just so you understand what you're getting into. I've got all the stuff written and listed underneath the buy buttons in product information, technical specifications, and whatnot. Have a look at those if you can stomach the reading. If not, just watch this 2-minute segment and you can be on your way. I will cover some bulb selection related specifics at the very end, as well as some modification related specifics. I'll go more into detail on that on the installation video, which will be available at the bottom of this page on the day that I will ship most of these products. Just a quick look at what we have on the bench here. Each one of these adapters is a glue-on permanent modification to your light. They are specific and non-interchangeable. In fact, I'm finding that the difference between an aftermarket and a factory light is different as far as the fit goes. Most of the time, it's not significant enough to warrant a separate part, but on something like this 98 to 024, 98 to 2000 Tacoma, it is significantly different and may require some additional modification or secondary parts. So when you order, please fill out or let me know whether you have an OEM housing or not. OEM housings will fit the best. They are the most consistent. Second, incandescent bulbs will fit in this, but the factory wiring will probably need to be upgraded if you want to use an incandescent. And second, the heat from an incandescent is significantly higher than most of the LED options. You will run into probably melting issues. For the LED bulbs, some will be hotter and may not fit as well. We have length requirements and restrictions, but I'll get into bulb selection at the very end. When you go to modify, what you have to do is drill out that hole that holds your original bulb socket, and you drill it out to pretty much the outside here. Don't go past up here, but just to the edge of the flange. Watch the installation video. I'll cover every specific on each different model, make and model as we go along. It'll all be in one video. That will be up after pre-orders have finished. So if you're confident you want the kit, just go ahead and click buy. There is a left and a right adapter. It basically squeezes on with glue, and now you're going to want to use an epoxy, 2-part epoxy only, highly recommended. If you're nervous about your job, you can apply a bit of silicone around the edge. It will seal the whole thing tight. Make sure you test fit this just like so before you proceed with any of the modifications. I can't help you once you've started gluing and cutting things. If you find it's just not fitting right, please reach out before you continue on. Typically, the best thing I will recommend is pick up an OEM Toyota set, a secondhand, whatever it ends up being. The early pickup in 4Runner, this one specifically will require a little bit of a trim on the inside of the fender, as well as a little bit of a trim on the stick out on the rad support to be able to fit this larger housing when you bolt it together. It won't be much. It should be done very easily with a small angle grinder or a hacksaw or something like that. You should be able to cleanly make those cuts out. Wiring wise, you will get one of these T20 Toyota replica sockets. They are very close to the original, but being aftermarket, they do tend to, being aftermarket, they may not work with every single aftermarket bulb perfectly. I will not separate the kits or sell STL files, guys. Maybe later on I will provide more layers to this kit, but for now, just because it's easy for me to manage, I'm going to just sell them as a kit with adapters and sockets. Or if you want to add a bulbs on, I'm going to try and carry bulbs as well that are A, the proper length, and B, don't run too hot. I will supply bulbs over time. The note with the bulbs is that they'll carry a 1-year warranty from me. If they fail in 90 days, I'll replace them for free. If they fail within that 1 year, you'll just have to pay shipping to replace them. I am backing these myself, so whatever choices I make here, I'll stand by. Getting into bulbs a little closer, you are limited if you decide to choose on your own length. Most bulbs are going to be under 51 millimeters or 2 inches. That is the maximum length. That is what I designed these kits around, at this as the maximum length. It's not just length, but also the fit on the bottom of them. The cheaper the bulbs you buy, the worse these tend to clip in. This little guy, which I actually quite liked, they don't tend to flash all that nice. These ones work really nice because they turn the white off and then turn the amber on when they flash. These guys actually, if you see these ones, they're not too bad. I only have samples of these right now, so I'm going to work on getting some in. And this one, which is an Oxito, I found this one on Amazon. This one's excellent. It clips in really nice, and it flashes pretty bright, which is okay. These are also an Oxito. It is an extremely long bulb, and it's an extremely heavy bulb because of how bright it is. If you do see these bulbs that offer CAN bus free, that is good. If you see built-in resistor, I would steer clear of them, specifically because they get extremely hot. This bulb hits about 70 to 75 C in open air, not even sitting in a housing. And then you add on something like a hot day. This one will definitely touch the inside of the housing. These ones are fairly inexpensive, but they don't fit that nice. They tend to only work, I've found, in the factory rear plugs. And the last thing I want to talk about is relays. The other thing you can do is you can swap out for a LED style relay. And now this one is the wrong one for most applications. You're going to want the CF14, the Novida EP35, and the Tridon something 27, I believe. You can buy these in your regular parts store. They'll sell them over the counter for maybe 10 to 20 bucks. These ones I will be bringing in, but I do notice that with these, they operate on a timer, not load-based, so they can run your LED flashers. I do notice with cheaper bulbs like this one or this one, they have a really hard time pulling the voltage down to 0 to be able to let these turn on and off. They just tend to stay steady on. So buying cheap bulbs is sometimes a crapshoot. And it is in fact the reason that I won't be selling little bulbs like this, which is what I wanted to do at launch here. But unfortunately, this created a problem that would create a headache for you. It's fixable with load resistors, but then you're kind of doing, then why do this? You might as well just add load resistors. That is another option for you if you want, but it is up to you to be able to handle your own hyper flashing. Basically, this would be a basic kit, would be the 2 adapter sockets that you need for your vehicle and then the 2 regular sockets. And I will have stock of these switchback bulbs at launch for a little bit of an extra cost. I think I'm charging like $9 CAD more, which is pretty inexpensive. It's less than Amazon would sell something like this. Okay, if you have any more questions, if anything's unclear, feel free to reach out to me. You can hit the chat link down in the bottom corner. That does get to me directly during business hours. Feel free to reach out. I'll happily answer any questions I've got about the kit to help you kind of either understand or feel more confident with what you've got to do. So see you on the other side.